is going on, everyone? Nico Lint here with another beautiful day in Treasure Cay. Look at that. And I'm actually over here with some family members, my cousin, my uncle, and some friends, and we're here to fish a tournament. And the tournament doesn't start for another couple days, but this is a fishing trip. So we're gonna be doing a lot of fishing, which I know I haven't done a lot of fishing on the YouTube, just because when I fish, I don't really like to film. I kind of like to just go out there and enjoy it, but that's changing today because we're going bottom dropping, and then after that, we're headed over to Baker's Bay. So it's gonna be a fun day, and y'all are coming with us. Boys, 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 party time. Fishing time. All right, leaving the Bahama Beach Club to get on over to the property to get to the boat. We just turned off the main road onto this little dirt road, and this is what is referred to as a shortcut, which is basically just a walking path, biking path, or golf cart path to get from the main road over to Windward Beach faster. Have you guys ever heard that in your life here? Never in my life.
What, are we back in Florida?
Yeah, literally. I was literally, for a second, I was like, what?
Home Bay?
Hearing sirens in the Abacos is definitely something that's a little bit strange, but this is the fishing gear that we're working with today, and I will be the first one to tell you that I am not a fan of bottom fishing. I don't know how to do it very good. I'm not good at it. But my cousin, on the other hand, which in a second, he's the one sitting facing backwards in the boat. He loves bottom fishing. He does it a lot. He's very good at it. And so today he's gonna take the reins and kind of show us all what to do and hopefully put us on some fish. It is an absolutely stunning day running through the Sea of Abaco. The sun is shining, the sky is blue, the water is blue, and here we're running out of the Whale Cay channel in between Whale Cay and Baker's Bay on Guana Cay, and you can see the wind has picked up a little bit, but it's nothing the Bahama 41 doesn't absolutely eat up. And you can see running here, we're doing right about 3,800 RPM, getting right at about 25 knots. And for those of y'all who watch the videos I post, you know that we recently repowered the boat with quad V10 400s, and with the new power at the same RPM, we're doing like 32 to 33 knots. So the new power has given us a substantial improvement. What are we doing, Chaz?
Deep dropping.
Good, good.
Cheers to that.
That's my cousin Chaz that y'all just saw, and he's the one who I mentioned really likes bottom fishing and is pretty good at it. So he's getting all the rods set up right now. On the Bahama 41, we have electric reel outlets, one in the bow and two in the cockpit. And so we're gonna fish one rod in the cockpit and one off the bow. We're not gonna do two in the cockpit because that would put those back two lines just a little bit too close together. And so the risk of tangling them would be pretty high. So as I mentioned a second ago, I really don't do much bottom fishing, and so I don't know the names of the rigs or anything, but we're fishing a rig with a bunch of hooks on it right now with a big heavy weight on the bottom. And so we're baiting up each of those hooks with some squid, and in the meantime while we're doing that, I'm setting us up on our drift. There was quite a bit of wind and current today, so basically I'm going up current of the spot we want to fish and then letting the current push the boat over the spot we want to fish. And by that point, our baits will already be down on the bottom, and so it allows us to effectively fish that exact area. All right, we made it to the spot where we're gonna start our drift, and so we're gonna go ahead and let out both the bow and the stern line so that by the time the wind pushes us over our spot, our baits are already down to the bottom. Look at that, we just passed over.
Drop off.
Yeah, we'll do another pass after this. How far are we out here?
We're at 1,000.
We made it to the bottom with both the bow rod and the cockpit rod, and now it's kind of a waiting game, which is what bottom fishing is. You set up for your drift, you know, you get your bait to the bottom and you just sit there and tend to the rod and watch the rod to see if you get any bites as you drift over the spot. And then once you've drifted past your spot, you pick the rods back up, you go back and you do the same thing again. And so that's why I'm not a huge fan of it. To me, it's just a little bit tedious. I prefer trolling offshore, you know, for tuna and marlin and dolphin and the likes, but it is a fun time and it is a very effective way to get fish if the goal is to get meat. And so here we picked up the lines and we're doing a circle back around to start the drift a second time so that we can go and try to catch us some fish. We made it back around and put the lines back in the water to start another drift and hopefully have some better luck on this one than the last one. Alright, so as you can see here, our luck changed just a little bit and we did end up catching a fish. Not exactly the fish we were after, but hey, a fish is a fish, and we got the skunk off the boat. And again, I don't bottom fish at all. I don't even know the bottom species, so someone's gonna have to comment below what fish this is, but we did not get skunked bottom fishing. So we did a couple more drifts on this same spot and then moved to another spot and had more of the same luck. And so today just wasn't our day for bottom fishing. And so we ended up packing up the stuff and moving in a little bit shallower. You can see here on the bottom machine, we're in like 85 to 90 feet of water. And we're gonna try our hand at a little bit of slow pitch, which is essentially a special type of jig that you drop to the bottom and jig up. And so we are fishing an artificial, no more squid. And that's the slow pitch jig that my cousin's holding up right there. And so we're gonna see if we can't get anything this way. We made it to the area that we wanted to fish, and so we got the lines out and tried our luck at slow pitch. And so that's my cousin Chaz right there dropping the jig down to the bottom, and you'll see in a second that he's gonna start jigging it up. And we gave it a good shot of this, tried 2 spots for probably a good 20-30 minutes, but at the end of the day, it was just a little bit too much current for the weight of jigs that we had with us. And so we were getting way too much bow in the line and it just wasn't really working. And so we ended up packing up the fishing gear and changing the plan for the day to more of a bar hop and drinking day, just because the fishing wasn't going our way. We left some of our crew back at Treasure while we went out fishing because they really didn't want to go bottom fishing, and so we had to go back in to pick them up. However, along the way, we wanted to take advantage of how nice the water was and how beautiful of a day it was. So we headed out to the little bay that's by Baker's Bay on the ocean side, anchored the boat, and decided to do a little bit of swimming. And let me tell you, it was well worth the stop. Absolutely beautiful day. The water was crystal clear, as you can see. This beach is absolutely stunning, just an awesome day. And a quick note is, you know, if you go up on the beach here, the Baker's Bay people may come down and yell at you and tell you, oh, it's private property, you can't be here. It is common knowledge that beaches in the Bahamas are public property. So you can be on the beach, you just cannot be up on the actual Baker's property. So, you know, you have the right to stay, whether you want to or not, and start a fight, that's up to you. Feeling newly rejuvenated from our nice little swim we had there by Baker's Bay, we picked up anchor and headed off to start our little afternoon of bar hopping. And so we're going off to Big O's, which is the bar on No Name Key, which is where the swimming pigs are actually. And so this is Big O's, that yellow building right there up on the beach. They have a nice big dock that you can see here, so it makes it really easy to pull a boat up to. You see the beach is absolutely stunning, the water is beautiful. It's just a really awesome place to pull up and grab a quick drink and hang out. And of course, the first thing that we were greeted by when we stepped off the dock were this little group of pigs sitting under the dock getting some protection from the sun, and there were a bunch of little piglets nursing off of mama. So that was super cute to see. We didn't interrupt, we didn't try to touch them. You know, the piglets were clearly hungry, so we let them do their thing. And let me tell you, the adult pigs on this island must have been really getting after it lately, because there were tons of little piglets. And as we were coming up to the bar, we found 2 more just hanging out under this picnic table. Let's head on up to the bar, grab a cold drink, and admire the absolutely stunning view that this establishment has. You got it, go. Oh, rough, rough. Rough, Chaz.
Oh, stop it.
Rough. 3, 4, 5, 6. After letting my years worth of experience playing Bahamian ring toss in these little island bar show by beating everyone at ring toss, we ended up sitting here and enjoying the view, and the view ended up happening to be 2 of the workers getting the side-by-side stuck in the sand and watching them try to get it out, which they did eventually get it out, but still pretty comical and entertaining to watch. We really didn't have anything else on our schedule today except for just hanging out, and so we found different ways to waste time and occupy ourselves while we're just sitting here drinking. And so next up on the plate was playing pool at the pool table they have here. And the pool table here at Big O's, it's not the flattest, and there's definitely some wind that affects the game, but it's still super fun and a great way to waste time when you're with a bunch of people who you enjoy hanging out with. Hey Jazz, how's it feel to lose to me twice?
I don't know, how's it feel to be the least favorite child?
We finally got our fill of Big O's in, and so we decided to head out and head on back to Treasure Cay. So as many of you guys know, I am a yacht broker with HMY Yacht Sales, and custom boats are easily my favorite type of boat to work with. It's thoroughly what I enjoy, and so seeing this old 43 Merit sitting at Big O's was an absolute treat. This is actually the charter boat that sits down at Isla Mirada behind the Worldwide Sportsman there, and super nice boat, so really cool to see that thing. As you guys saw a little bit earlier in this video, the day started out a little bit windy and rough, but we got very lucky and the wind died down and the seas died down as the day went on, and so we had a beautiful ride back to Treasure Cay. And you can see here we made it back to Treasure. We're passing the area where the fuel dock is now and gonna go in and prepare ourselves for a little bit of dinner. We made it back to the property and got the boat all washed down, and this video was actually filmed before the boat lift and the dock were 100% finished, and so we were unable to put the boat on the lift, so we had to keep it in the water tied up to the dock, but that's okay. And so we ended up going back to the condo, getting cleaned up, and actually going back out on the boat to Baker's Bay to a friend's house for some dinner. And so I didn't film that because Baker's is a little bit weird about things getting filmed over there, and so I didn't want to intrude on any of the celebrities' privacy over there. And so that's gonna do it for this video. Please subscribe to the channel if you like this kind of stuff. Like the video, comment down what you guys like seeing, and I will see you guys in the next video.